goofy footer of the event so far, matched up against each other and fighting for a place in the quarterfinals.
Oh, and we just saw some really nice throaty takeoffs, a couple of pits in the last couple of heats. And just expecting these guys to go into full attack mode. Remember, these guys did amazing surfing in the opening 5 events of the season, despite the fact they didn't crack the top 22. We've got the Bonsoy replay here of Jacob's first wave.
Yeah, so Jacob coming down the line here, series of good backhand snaps. Love how posed and just waits off the bottom for that perfect time. Then he attacks the lip. Jacob has been, as I said, a standout through the rounds, just convincing wins all the way along. But he's got his work cut out for him here because the defending champ, S.Pupo, just grinds a beautiful carve off the top, backs it up with a radical layback hack. And then a third carve comes down to this inside section, just roping these forehand turns. Just driving through these little bumps and chatters on the way. Big, long projection floaters. So it's about as good as you can do when you stick to the face and really lay down some power hacks.
The reason this is such an unbelievable heat is, in my opinion, and I think it's shared by a lot of people, these are the 2 best surfers on the Challenger Series at the moment, and they're meeting here in pumping conditions. S.Pupo just ripped that wave apart.
Yeah, obviously home being so close, only like 40 minutes down the road, so it's great to have a lot of my mates up here supporting me and watching me during the week. Yeah, it's very special.
Mid rail turns, and even through this bumpy little section here, big drifting lip line floater.
Oh. Just incredible how fast he's able to just accelerate out of these moves. So this is backing up the 917. He's a talent. He deserves to be on the championship tour. A move that helped him crack the code on the Challenger Series for sure. He's up at the moment, getting some cover. Out onto the open face. Bit of a wobble there. So already this feels like it's not going to match up with the numbers that S.Pupo's put up on his 2 scoring rides.
Yeah, and I think halfway through that, Jacob just went, oh yeah, I got to get out of here.
Fitted the surge, pushing him into position, as we see the replay of Jacob's last wave.
Yeah, so Jacob, it was one of those barrels at the start where he had to really stall on it. Might have been that little bit of seaweed that he got caught up in. He definitely...
Once he came out of that move and he had the speed, he just settled in. It's a beautiful rail-to-rail surfing, and he's taking off late here, ducking into the barrel. S.Pupo! Oh, he's still going! Fighting this one, but can't find the exit.
No!
He was on his way to a 10-point ride. Rail towards the end of this ride and punch through the curtain, but let's look at it again.
Oh, just sitting right in the slot here, right there. We thought he was gone, and then we saw the red jersey through the lip. Drops down perfectly, engages the toe side rail, sets his line, he's totally behind it, riding on the foam ball at this point, comes through this next session, and right about there is where we saw him, and it just...
On the outside, J.Willcox, he finds a funnel, locked in, this thing is tapered. Just getting smaller and smaller the further he travelled. That's not going to do it for Jacob. And we're back out. 14 minutes to go. He's sizing one up here on the outside. Using his priority on this one. A little nugget. It's hugging the bank. He's locked in. He's going to punch his way through. Oh, no. Jacob's maybe going to swing here again. And Sammy's still only... he's holding on to a 7. It's a number that Jacob's capable of tracking down, but just has to yield to S.Pupo's selection here, and Sammy's lining one up on the outside, and it looks like a nugget drops out of the sky. The wave spins, Pupo pulls in and comes flying out, driving up into the pocket now. Holds that line beautifully. There was a weird crease in the wave. He read it to perfection, and now gets on the attack on the pocket of this one. And again, this wave's going to barrel. And Sammy's going to pass through the curtain. We mentioned how shallow that inside section of the sandbar is, and a wave of that size, it was always going to throw, and Sammy was right in the zone.
Just sits back on that rail. Let's see what happens. Drops in, difficult drops, slots in the barrel, finds so much tube time there. This wave funnels down the line, holds that rail, stays on it again. Just maintains all that speed in between the turns, and that allows him to just knife it off the top. Backdoors this section, comes out the doggy door. Good night, 717. Just down the elevator shaft. Hits the brakes, and this is the most incredible moment for any surfer. This is what we live for. Slotted deep inside the tube, comes out with just so much speed, and watch him hold this turn in a really steep part of the wave. Holds the heel side. Now he transitions onto the toe side without losing 1 ounce of speed.
And at this point, J.Willcox is just looking for a highlight moment here. A minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and here we go, S.Pupo, more live action.
He can afford to just cruise out there now and ride a couple of waves and enjoy this lineup. Checks the watch, no dramas there. It's all good.
Just time, any time.
Here goes Jacob on the inside. Just that silky backhand flow that he possesses. And look at that, just absolutely blitzing. But just didn't have it today. And S.Pupo is going to charge into the quarterfinals here. Gearing up for another big clash. A couple of Brazilian boys, Alejo Muniz and Ian Gouveia, go at it.